oh my God, what's going on?
Okay, so it is quite a hectic story.
I literally screamed.
Yeah, it happened. It gets explained to you about what kind of occurs when you do get your period for the first time, but no one quite prepares you for the actual feeling of, bleeding.
Yo, I ran to my grandmother and I was like, Ma, I'm bleeding. What's going on, Mom? Bleeding. She's like, where are you bleeding? And I told her from my vagina.
And then I went to my mom and I said, I think I have my period. And then she was cross at me and shouted at me because I didn't tell her that I had my period while we were at the mall and we had nothing at home.
And my gran then went and she made me a pad out of towels and safety pins.
I was alone. I was with strangers. I felt embarrassed because I had bled all over.
She lived with her uncle. So on the night before, they had had a fight. It wasn't actually a fight, but he was very physically abusive towards my mom's friend. And so when I woke up the next day, I woke up to find that I had had my first period. So in my mind, I had associated my first period with trauma.
I think I was about 9 or 10. I remember I was the first girl in my friendship group to get it. So when it came, I wasn't really very mature.
I was very young. I was 12 and I was the first amongst my friends who started bleeding, and I was at school and I was a tomboy. So it was all a bit of an unpleasant experience for me, unfortunately.
I woke up in the middle of the night and there was just blood everywhere, and I thought I was just like spawn of Satan. I was gonna die. It was terrible.
I think I was 17 years old and I'd actually been waiting for it to come.
I was the last one in my circle of friends to actually get their period. So they would have these chats about their periods and period pains, and surely it should have been awful, but I was like, I also just want to be one of the girls. I also just want to talk about my period.
It happened at school, and my good friend Merle explained to me, because she had had a period already, and explained to me that it's a cycle and now it's going to come every month.
My mother kind of smiled, cried, and looked at me in a different way.
I thought it was really strange because suddenly now, because you're bleeding, you've become a woman. But because I was so young, none of that really made sense to me.